Picks of the week.
They are the new HTC One, not to be confused with the older HTC One X Plus that I have here. That was sent to me by mistake, which I'm gonna play around with this later on. But this phone came out today.
I gotta tell you, it looks really nice on camera.
It is a beautiful phone, and I have a closer shot here of the phone. Beautiful phone. You could tell that a lot of effort went into the design of this phone.
Look at how thin that is.
It is very thin. Let me see if I can hold it up. So pretty thin, really pretty device. It feels like a really good quality device. I mean, when you're holding this thing in your hand, it actually feels like, wow, okay, a lot of effort went into the quality. This is the older HTC One X Plus. I don't know how old it is. A couple months. It's not too old, but you could tell that they really upped the quality. When you feel this feels like every other Android phone on the market. This actually feels like it's a special phone. Some of the specs on the phone: 4.7-inch screen, 1080p video. You know, all the standards that everybody has. So I'm going to show you some of the interface on this thing. So you power it on. You can see the Sense UI, the new HTC Sense on here. Swipe up, and you automatically, by default, it gives you, the weather up here, but it also gives you these little news clips. So you set it up depending on what you like, and it keeps you up to date. This is part of the Sense UI for them. Scroll side to side, much like every other Android device. I do like in the Sense UI that when you click on the app button, you scroll rather than going left to right, which I like. And their icon, the grid is laid out a little bit different. Okay camera. I had a chance to play around with the camera. Nothing amazing. I wasn't blown away by it. In some scenarios, it was okay. Low light, it was okay, but the macro feature, not that great. And I'm comparing it to, let's see, the BlackBerry, which had a phenomenal macro feature on this thing. Everything else, I mean, sound quality sounds really good. They're using Beats Audio on this, so you're getting a decent speaker on here to play music. Now, some of the downsides, some of the bad things with this, it is running an older version of Android. Do not understand why they do this. I was very surprised when I got it.
What version it is?
4.1.2 compared to 4.2.2, which is the latest version of Android. That things like the Galaxy Note and the Galaxy S4 have. The Galaxy S4 will have 4.2.2. This has 4.1.2. That, to me, is a major turnoff. I'm actually quite disappointed in it. Now, I'm not able to make any calls because I have a problem with the SIM. So all my experience on this has been Wi-Fi. Other than, I'm kind of in the middle with this thing, John, and I'll tell you why. I feel that the phone is a beautiful phone, and it is a very special phone, and you could tell this is a flagship phone. This is a higher-end Android phone. When you pick it up, you feel it. Display is beautiful too, by the way. Really, really.
It looks great on camera.
And that was the first thing that I saw. But the big problem that I have with this is that it's not running the latest version of Android. I actually don't hate the Sense UI, which I'm one of these people that always says pure Android, pure Android. I think they've done a decent job with the Sense UI. I think it's pretty, but because it's running an older version of Android, I don't know if I would personally use this as my everyday phone. And the camera is okay, not that amazing. I thought the BlackBerry's camera performed at a better rate, and I don't know about the Galaxy S4, but there was nothing that stood out about the camera for me. How
about using the touch keyboard on there and sending emails?
Yes, I do not like the touch keyboard.
Why not?
I didn't like the stock touch keyboard. Of course, you could. I just wiped this out, so let me go to the keyboard here. I felt the letters were too close. I kept hitting the wrong letters every time I was typing, compared to what I've used with on Samsung, and what I've used with even like SwiftKey and even on the BlackBerry. I think it's a little too tight for me when I'm typing on here, and it's not as intelligent as some of the other keyboards out on the market. I just wasn't crazy about it. But it is the best phone HTC has ever made, in my opinion. It is a very pretty phone. I'm going to give it some more time. I've only had it for a couple days, obviously, and I haven't really used it as my everyday phone, but I spent some time with it, and I'm in the middle with this. I don't necessarily think it's the best Android phone on the market. I would go with the Samsung over this one, but that may change in a week when I'm using it. You know, it's like, wow, I've been using it a lot more. But the screen on this thing, just let me tell you, it's 468 ppi, so it's a very
wow.
Yeah.
You know what the resolution is on that?
1080, 12. I believe
1080?
it's 1080. Yeah.
Wow.
So compared to
That's impressive.
let's say like the Samsung S4, which is going to be 441 ppi. So it's a very, very I mean, it just stunningly beautiful display on this. But I mean, overall design really good. Display beautiful. Battery life, again, I can't comment on that because I don't have the actual SIM card working properly. But from just using Wi-Fi in the house as my phone, you know, I'm doing Skype calls on this thing. I'm doing everything that I would normally do on my phone. It's a beautiful phone. It's an okay phone. Personally, it's not for me. I would go with the S4. I would actually go with an S3 over this one. I'll be honest. In an Android phone. So, are you surprised? You seem a little surprised.
You know, a little bit, but then again, it is HTC, and they are known for, you know, the Galaxy S3 from Samsung is just one heck of a phone. A lot of people do like that one.
I mean, I'll tell you, I picked it up. I said, wow, this is great. This is a great phone. It looks great. I was very disappointed in the camera, like I am with every other camera that's in an Android phone. The Sense UI is pretty cool, but nothing really. I don't know. It's missing something, and I think that something is that probably the camera.
So the two biggest issues that you have with it right now are the fact that the keyboard is kind of small and the camera.
I'm not crazy for the keyboard. I'm not crazy about the camera, and I don't like that it's running an older version of Android. I think that's crazy. I don't understand why that still happens. Why are you running 4.1 when you should be running 4.2? I don't know. I don't know. So that's my review or pick of the week of this the HTC One. But beautiful design. I mean, this is very well built. It is a very well built phone. I think it falls a little short with the camera and the operating system.